Hey guys, in this video I want to compare my LG G4 against my Nexus 5X quickly here. So you can see that if we compare them, first of all, start off from the build quality here, they're not very much different. The G4 here, as you can see, uses this leather back, while the Nexus 5X uses the full plastic, and I think both are really beautiful, even though they doesn't have that aluminum or the high-end stuff that most of the smartphones have that cost around $700, or glass, but still they're beautiful. And yeah, you have to see the price, okay? So LG G4 is a flagship phone from LG. It's not that much great in terms of processing power. It comes to Snapdragon 808, but yeah, other than that, it has all the good stuff to be the best. And yeah, it's very nice other specification, other software features we have here. So comparing it to the Nexus 5X, which is also very much similar, uses the plastic, but it's smaller in size. If we compare them like this, the G4 has a 5.5 inch screen size, which is a quad HD resolution. It's a pretty awesome screen here, very awesome, and it is really superior as compared to Nexus 5X screen, which is, if I just quickly go here and show you guys how their whites looks like, you can see that the Nexus 5X has this white color, a little bit dull as compared to the LG G4. You can see that here. That's also, I mean, I'm an LG G4 user, so I really enjoy its true colors here. But like I said, these colors are way more dull. So yeah, it's even there's a 1080p 5.2 inch, but it cannot be matched to the great screen here that we have with the G4. So yeah, resolution wise, you will see a big difference. Screen size wise, this is 5.5 inch. It might be a little bit more bigger for most people, like for normal usage. It might be, you can't really use it with using your one hand, but for me it's very much okay and convenient. While for most people, the 5.2 inch size here might be more suitable, for one-handed usage and all that. So it just comes down to your personal preference. But then again, you get more resolution also with the G4. Price, then again, if we talk about the price, they are not much different, because G4 cost around the same as the Nexus 5X outside of my country. With some deals you can get the G4 under $400, but of course in my country it cost around $450 something, while this one costs around the same with the tax and all that. But if you're living outside, of course you can get this one way cheaper. But then again, with the G4 you get a lot of improvements, especially in terms of this display, and also with some other stuff. You also get the micro SD card slot support. So yeah, G4 has this removable back, while you can't really move the back of your Nexus 5X. It's just completely shut it down. And of course you can't replace the battery. You can't really insert a micro SD card. So I'm using a 16 gigabyte Samsung SD card with my G4. So I got plenty of memory. Memory is a big issue, it can be a big issue with the Nexus 5X if you are a gamer, if you like to install a lot of games and all that. So you can see this is my battery, this is my SD card. So yeah, it helps a lot. I have currently gained almost like I have filled all the memory of my G4, almost just 5 gigabyte available. So it's really easy to fill up 32 gigabyte internal memory of a Android phone nowadays. So yeah, a SD card is a must thing. So if we talk about the internals here, Snapdragon 808 on both phones, but G4 has 3 gigs of RAM. Well, this one comes with 2 gigs of RAM. So if you want to see a dedicated speed comparison and a camera comparison, you should check out that video. on my channel. So I think both phones are really fast. In some tests, and the Nexus 5X was faster. In some tests, the G4 was faster. It's the same CPU, only difference is the RAM. So you might get a really awesome performance, a little bit better of awesome performance on the G4 just because of extra memory. You also get really awesome multitasking features like dual window, where you can open up different applications on the same page like this. You can't really do these type of stuff on the poor Nexus 5X because of course this is pure Android. But then again, if you don't like this bloatware and all that, if you think like you want just a pure Android, if you like pure look, no bloatware, no company's customization, then yeah, this one will be a better choice for you. And also you will receive software upgrades more faster than any other phone out there. That's the specialty with the Nexus phones. They are just updated directly. They are linked to Google, so yeah, they will be updated pretty soon, pretty faster as compared to other Android phones. So also we'll see 6.0.1 pretty soon for the Nexus 5X before the G4. So 6.0 is available, but not yet available for my G4. So I will get the update pretty soon, and it's been heading out in Europe. So yeah, if we compare them in terms of the camera, now G4 has this pretty really awesome 16 megapixel camera sensor on the back with laser autofocus, while the Nexus 5X has this 12.3 megapixel camera, which also comes with dual LED flash and laser autofocus. So has a really nice camera UI overall. The latest Google application here, you can switch to front camera. Swiping left and right will give you instant access to video and photo, of course, changing interchanging modes without even pressing different buttons. So previous layout was really difficult to get used to, but this one is really nice. But this one doesn't come with a lot of features like the G4 comes with, like for example, now the G4 will give you a full control over your phone. If you go into manual mode, you can control pretty much anything. So it's like a really nice camera photography phone. So yeah, feature wise you will find more features on the G4, but of course if, the Nexus 5X can do almost the same things as this phone can do, capturing all good photos and again also recording 4K videos. So yeah, be sure to check out the speed and camera tests. We all compare their photos and all that. Overall, you can get great pictures using both of these two phones, in especially outside. But in low light, it seems like Nexus 5X can do a little bit more better job with its bigger sensor size as compared to other phones, even bigger than the iPhone 6s. So yeah, it has a really awesome low light performance. Lastly, if I talk about the battery, both are almost identical in terms of usage. They last about like 15 hours if you just use them and just lock the screen and try to conserve the battery. You just don't have to use them consistently, like watching YouTube videos. They will run out pretty quickly, but they both are not that good. This one G4 gives 15 hours, while this one gives a little bit more because of its dose mode. So probably we'll see improvement on the G4 with the Marshmallow, but yes, the size of the battery is bigger here with this one G4, but then again this is a quad HD display, so it will eat more battery as compared to this 1080p display. So yeah, that was a full side-by-side comparison between the G4 versus the Nexus 5X comparison review. You can also see that one more thing here that I really want to just say is the back key buttons here. And now with G4 you get this power and volume rocker on the back. Well, at first it seems pretty odd to have these buttons on the back, but after you use the phone for some time, you get used to them pretty quickly, and they're pretty nice as compared to buttons on the side. Again, this is just personal preference, but I never get used to these buttons on the side, not even with the Galaxy S6. So I always have problem. You got power button and the volume rocker right on the same side. So when you quickly want to increase the volume, you accidentally press the power key. So yeah, that happens a lot of time to a lot of people. You also get fingerprint scanner on the back, which is called as Nexus Imprint. Works pretty fine, which we don't get on the G4. But then again, a lot of people are happy without a fingerprint scanner. So they are very similar in terms of price, they are very similar in terms of specification, but differences is just we get more options with the G4 as compared to Nexus 5X, which doesn't have SD card slot, which has a really stock Android, no customization of features or anything like that, but we do get all that awesome stuff with the G4. So it's your personal call. Both are great smartphones. Make sure you check out my speed and camera comparison. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.